I want to talk to you about authority. And the reason I want to talk about this because of what happened with Kanye West and authority. And President Trump, you know how he went there and he said whatever he said to the president. I love this man, blah, blah, blah. And as a result, he's been called, what do they call him?
Token Negro.
Token Negro. And all that kind of stuff. And yeah, uneducated, all kind of stuff, right? And so I realized from that is that there's two things happening in the world: those who want to control you and those who want to be free. And the idea that someone else want to take away your freedom of speech is mind-blowing to me. They get mad at you if you don't think like them, act like them, say what they say. All of a sudden you are attacked. That doesn't logically make sense to me. And that is pure control. They want you to do it their way or no way at all. And to me, it's just mind-blowing. And it happens like throughout our entire life. That's a public way of seeing it. But if you notice, even in churches, preachers don't let you disagree with them. I'm the pastor. You have to look up to me. My word, whatever I say is true. Or I'm the professional. I have a master's degree or a psychology degree. I've noticed that a whole lot of people are on medication. They went to the therapist because the therapist is the expert. The therapist couldn't solve the problem, so they give you medication. So everybody drugged out. They just walk around like zombies, right? What I want to tell you is that no man or no woman is above you. I'm no different than you are. I just happen to have a title that says Reverend. Well, it just tells you what kind of work I do, but don't put anyone above you like that, where they can manipulate your mind or make you afraid to disagree or whatever. That's not good, and that's what's happening in this country. People are so into titles, and they are obeying these titles, and they are being deceived. That's a brainwashing kind of a thing. If the preacher is wrong, the preacher is wrong. And, you know, if the president is wrong, the president is wrong. There is a right way to present it, but no one is above you. And I notice that even in the churches, the pastors go beyond pastor or reverend. They become bishops. And my name is Dr. Bishop, Pastor, prophet, and all that, right? Because what they want to do, they want to be above you in order to control you. You hear that title, and then now you're and the parents do the same thing. I'm your mama. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. So you can't speak up to me. You can't disagree. That's evil. You are a human being. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to speak up and disagree. And no one, I don't care how many titles they have the right to take that away from you. And if you don't give into it, they won't take it away from you. That is evil. You could manipulate a person the way they think and speak. You got control over them. And that's what they want. I don't care about the title thing. You know, this person is I'm just Jesse. I don't want anyone to put me here. I don't put myself there. And anyone that want to be in that position, don't put them there. It's just another human being. That person still go to the bathroom. They get lonely. They're looking for love. They are no different than you. And if they are pointed the right way, just appreciate the information, but don't give yourself over to anyone. That makes sense? And so when Kanye West did that and he was attacked, the people who were attacking him are wrong. You can't cut off another person. Just because he's black, he doesn't have to think and act like every black person or anyone else. White people don't have to act like white people. We're not that important, really. I think the Bible said we're like dung, something. Right, man? We're really not that important. But in that fallen state, we think that we are. But we're really nothing. We're fortunate that God loves us enough to keep us alive, look out for us, take us through the day. That's all we are. We're not important. So these people with the titles are not important people to where you put yourself below them. Nobody is. And when parents are raising children, They should raise their kids in a way where the kids see that. The kid is a child, is a human being. He or she has an opinion too about life. So you listen to them. If you disagree, you disagree, but don't tell them to shut up. You can't talk to me like that. And if they're speaking to you in the wrong manner with the wrong spirit, they're only giving back to you what you've given to them anyway. Kids don't just naturally become nasty with their parents. They're learning that from you. And so if they're doing it to you, just realize you're getting back what you put out. But don't turn over your freedom of speech and yourself to anyone else. Be yourself. And they're going to hate you for it, but you're going to be free. That makes sense? Anybody disagree with that? You got to be yourself. Even at work, your boss is your boss. You respect the boss, but don't give yourself to the boss. You go there, you make a promise, you're going to work 8 hours a day, you're going to do this job for this amount of pay. You be decent and do what you promise, but it's just another human being. Don't be afraid. And that has to stop, folks. No one has a right. I disagree with stuff, but you have a right to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like this couple here, they don't need to be together. They really don't. But if they stay together, I still love them. Nothing's going to change. I'll go over for dinner. I've never gone over, and I'll watch them fight and enjoy my meal. Because it's not personal. But do not turn yourself over to authority. They will manipulate you like that. They will control you. You'll be afraid to speak up. You'll give into things that you wouldn't ordinarily give into. Yes.
I have so many thoughts, but thank you for saying that. And it's almost like when they criticize him, it's like he was just an embarrassment to black people. He wasn't. I mean, it's like he has the freedom to say whatever he's gonna say just because he's black. But they think like that. Like if a famous black person says
But he is not embarrassing black people. If he is embarrassing anyone, he's embarrassing himself.
Yeah, I don't know. But we
I
get so
am
hooked
not
up.
every man.
And I think
it's not all in me.
That's right. And the dangerous part I think is Don Lemon was like, well, we need to lock him away. And it's like, we don't do that anymore. We don't lock people away because we don't like what they say. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
What he's saying, I mean, that's really,
and of all
somebody should
people,
have
Don Lemon is on the show drunk, talking about this is my boyfriend.
Or like
and Kanye need to be locked away.
Yeah, I mean, I could be like, you're striking me down on 2 points. You're gay, so you don't like women, and your boyfriend's white, and you don't like. So I mean, it's like, but he's free to do whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. He doesn't even have a black boyfriend.
Exactly.
Who is embarrassing the black folks? The guy with the white boyfriend, or the guy that's talking to the president and cursing? It's so crazy what's going on. That's why I really want to encourage you, and out there too, overcome this anger so you can see what's going on. You can be in the world and not of it. You won't be manipulated by your outer environment. It's going to be so amazing to live that way. You're going to see you've been manipulated in so many ways. The moment you popped out of your mother's womb, they start manipulating you by teaching you this and teaching you that, and say hello, say goodbye, go to college or not go to college. You lose yourself, and now you're subject to the world. You don't want to be subject to the world. It's evil. It really is evil. And the only way you got to overcome it, you got to overcome the anger. And then God will put a bubble around you, and he will cause you to develop. He will renew your mind. He would allow you to see what's going on. He will give you the courage to deal with what's going on, because he's going to take away the fear. And you can literally be an independent person. It's so nice. But you got to not let authority do this to you. They get all these titles. Look how crazy they are. Did you have your hand?
I did.
Okay. Look how crazy they are. The world is nuts. Don't turn your life over to the world. Turn it over to God, and then be an example for the world to see. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that I looked for the longest, clearest sound clip of what he was actually saying, because everybody messed it up. They clipped it, they cut it, they copied and pasted it, what Kanye West actually said to the president. And I thought what he was saying was brilliant. Some of it was absolutely spot on brilliant.
Yeah.
Like that thing he said about the largest factory in the country, the prison system.
Yeah.
Like, wow. He actually sees that. He sees it.
And you're trying to do something about it.
And he's trying to do something about it. So all those people criticizing him for speaking his mind and not, believing what everyone else is telling him he should believe, they should shut up, because he's actually saying something and trying to do something about it, not just yakking.
They don't want him to influence others, because when you're in that father state, you got to have somebody to control so you can feel good about yourself. So it's all about control. That was about. So this guy is a simple kind of a guy. He's speaking the truth, and they don't want black people to hear that, because black people might wake up and start thinking for themselves, and then it's over for them. That's what it's all about. But I just want you to become individuals so you can see what to do for yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't even need Kanye West or anyone to tell you. Nope. But you got to overcome the anger. It's a spiritual battle. It really is. So if you have that issue with authority, you got to get past that. Don't let anyone be above you like that. All right? You can agree and disagree, and you'll feel better about yourself. It's not, even in a marriage relationship, the husband needs to be right. He needs to be a righteous man so the wife can see the right way to go. Otherwise, she's not going to do that. And even then, she's going to challenge him. But if he loves what's right with all her heart, soul, his heart, soul, and might, about 50 years, she'll come around. And then you'll die. But the kids will be saved, and the wife will too. But we got to come back to order. It's not about what we've been told. It's really not. Let me do this real fast. I know I saw your hand a while back, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, like, this week I got some blowback about, I said on my Facebook, in Kanye West, I trust, right?
Yeah.
And, see, like, Kanye...
Hater.
To me, like, Kanye growing up is like, man, he's, I don't know. To me, I've always thought he's awesome. So,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even when he's going through his episodes, I'm just like, well, y'all just don't understand this guy, right? Because maybe if you were like this creative, maybe if you were this rich, maybe what would you be like, right? And then so Kanye goes in the office, and I thought what he was talking about was, she said about the bringing fat jobs to Chicago, having jobs here in America, and he wants to bring Chicago up.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, those are some good things.
No one else has done it. So it's good that he's doing it.
But, it's like, it's weird, man. Like, the Trumps, because before I came here to California from Texas, I'd been more liberal in my thinking, but then I saw your show, and I see what he's talking about. You make some good points. So I'm still not far right, but I'm not as far left as I used to be. But just by putting that, like, in Kanye West, I trust, now I see his point of view. It's like, man, I got all this blowback, and then it's like all the people the Trump supporters got on my Facebook, and they said, well, the Democratic Party has done nothing for black folk except welfare programs. And then I'm just like, and I wrote, well, I see what you're saying. There's this guy I know, a black dude, super smart, who was like, do you? And he's like, you sound like an idiot. And my sister said, you need to erase this. And I wasn't going to erase it up until, like, then I saw my friend, he put up a meme, and it looked a little bit, that looks a little bit racist to me. So I'm uncomfortable now. Now I got to take this off. But, yeah, man, I noticed that once you start, like, maybe, I don't know, going...
Well, here's what I recommend.
Yeah,
Don't think about being Democrat or Republican. You want to be a son of God. You want to be right. You want to have faith, and you want to be right. And when you are a right person, your values are going to change. Your heart will be pure, and in that you can decide which way to go. But don't think about being a Republican or a Democrat, because I was a Democrat until he changed my heart, my values, and then I read the platform of the Democratic Party, and they were pro-abortion. anti-marriage for men and women and all kind of stuff. And I could before I identified with that, that was no problem for me. But once I read that and my heart had changed, my value changed, I could no longer identify with the platform. So I read the platform of the Republican Party, and it's about family, God, and country. And I'm not talking about the people who represent those. They're not living up to that for the most part. But the platform is about that. So that's when I started voting Republican, because I could no longer identify with the platform of the Democratic Party. They're against everything that's good. The platform is. And so just become a son of God, and it'll work itself out. Because your values will change. Because now you're going to live from good instead of that fallen state. That makes sense? Yeah. So don't worry about being a Republican or a Democrat. Right?